Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I should say good evening. We're doing a special taping of Asaph Cafe. I am your host, Asaph Adonai, and my special guest is Mr. Anthony Allen. He's sitting in the cafe with me today, and thank you, sir, for doing that. And we are on the set of an old television show from the past called Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. You remember that show?
Indeed, I do. Make me feel like an old man right now.
Yeah, I hate myself too with this show here. And if you look at the backdrop here, the submarine on the top is called the Sea View. That was the name of it on the series.
Yes.
And the little submarine right behind you is called the Flying Sub.
Indeed.
You remember that show?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so we're going to have some fun here. Let's start off with Sinatra's Night and Day. Let's see if you know this song. You recognize it?
Sounds familiar. Sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's just a little sleepy little tune. I'll play some tunes for you here.
Oh, you play real good.
I could do it better if I was on a real concert grand instead of these electronic pianos.
You got it. You got it.
I take requests too if I know it. You have a favorite song?
Oh,
Or a favorite artist or anything like that?
Luther Vandross.
Okay, we'll get to that. We'll get some Stevie here in a minute.
Stevie is good.
Okay, I'll play a Stevie Wonder tune for you.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I'm going to jump to the end here and leave out the middle part. I'll do
Alright.
my Cherie Amor.
Oh. Now that takes me back.
Okay.
That takes me back.
If you wanna sing along, go ahead.
I don't know if I can sing. I might just blow the mic. I don't know.
Okay, let's just have fun with this song. Stevie Wonder's My Cherie Amor.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness, yeah. My mom then used to play this when I was growing up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do it all the way through for you.
Yeah, this is one of her favorite artists. Yes, indeed.
Your mom will get to see this, you know.
Oh yeah. Stevie Wonder.
It'll be on
Smokey
Facebook
Robinson.
and YouTube too.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. About an hour from now.
So I'm like a celebrity today,
You
huh?
will be after
I'm with it. I really appreciate you inviting me to your show.
You're doing me a favor. I was a couple of shows behind anyway. It's cool,
That's
this
good.
song.
Yes, indeed. The melody is just soothing.
Oh yeah.
Yes, indeed. Just relax.
Okay, we'll have some fun. I'll play some tunes for you and then we'll ask you some questions.
Okay.
You remember a song called Bernadette by the Four Tops? I'll give you my version of it.
Okay.
See if you recognize it. Recognize it?
That sounds familiar. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I haven't done that song in a while. I'm gonna try to.
That sounds familiar.
See, I put a little classical spin on
Uh-huh.
it instead of the traditional, what do you call it, popular jazz style
Right.
or whatever. And they're just lovely melodies. Or like, here's my version of Beat It.
You would? I got to see this one.
All right. All right, hold on. Oh.
Don't get shy on me now. Just beat it. show me how far we show me just right. It doesn't matter who's wrong or right, just be here. Oh yeah. Even though I don't sound like Michael, I hear you.
Yeah, cool.
You got
There you go. Get some soul music in there.
Hey man, that's Michael.
Yeah, that's Michael. And with me, it sounds like classical music the way I do these interpretations, but I was trained to do that.
Okay.
I trained for a whole year. I practiced and practiced, and I had a pretty good piano teacher.
It shows.
At the time.
It shows.
And I mean, you can do the normal classical stuff. I won't do the whole thing because it'll take too long, like Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata.
Really? Ooh, wait.
I'll do this for you.
Come on.
I know everybody knows this
Oh,
song.
this
I don't care if it's black, white, it's a
but
universal.
you
know,
better
people
believe
know
that.
Beethoven.
If you don't, oh yeah.
See, this is the normal traditional classical music, but there's not as big a demand for it, like on cruise ships and
Right.
stuff like that. People want to hear like Billy Joel, and, you know, Elton John. And,
Right. This is some good thinking music.
all right, I'll play it for you. Now, this sounds a little muffly.
Oh, I
'cause
thought
this
you
is
was
an
about to
electronic-
sing.
No, it's electronic keyboard, so it's not going to sound like a real concert grand. Keep that in mind. I'll play this for you. Has anybody ever played this song for you before?
Never.
Well, this will be a first.
Never. Nobody I ever known ever had the skills to play that song. I mean, you touched something right there.
All right, I'll play it for you. It'll be my gift to you.
Amen.
Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata is the name of this.
Beethoven, Moonlight Sonata.
Yes. Now you'll be able to say Asaph has played this song for you on television.
That's right. That's right. It's beautiful.
I practiced a lot of hours when I was first learning this song.
You must love it because of the way you play.
Well, it would sound better on electronic. I mean, on a the concert grands, you know. I get a little self-conscious on these little electronic devices here.
Well, maybe one day that'll be able to put that on the show with.
Well, I have a CD that's out where I did it on a 9-foot. But I mean, like on these
9-foot.
9-foot concert grand.
Yeah.
And there's a big difference.
Yeah. You ever do any vocals?
Oh no, you don't hear me sing. Oh no, heck no.
No. If you could play, you could sing.
Oh no.
I've never met a person who couldn't play that couldn't sing. Now,
Oh, you'd be
so
surprised.
don't be modest now.
No, like you see Liberace, you never saw him sing. Hardly.
Hardly. But he put something in there.
We're like 3/4 through this song already. I'll interview you as soon as I finish this for you.
Take your time. I'm enjoying.
Good, I'm glad you are.
Yes, indeed.
Thanks for letting me do this for you.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. I mean, it's not every day someone can do something like this and make a change in a person's life. But this right here is, I've never seen nobody play at the level that you playing.
Well, just think of it as a
Wow.
gift from the Lord.
Amen.
Just think of it as a gift from the Lord.
It truly is a blessing, I tell you that.
I always did like this part. Beautiful. Beautiful part. And here's the conclusion.
Oh, that drop. Just done a whole nother level.
Good for you. I'm glad to do this for you.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
well, I'm
indeed.
glad I can do that for you. Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata just for you, my
yes,
friend.
Indeed.
All right, let's do some talking here. Anthony and I, as I stated, we're on the set of Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. Now, you watched that show as a kid, didn't you?
Yes, indeed. Yes.
And you know, Irvin Allen is the creator
Okay.
of all those shows. He created The Time Tunnel with James Darren. He created Lost in Space with June Lockhart. He created the set that we're on. Because if you look at this, it looks like we're really underwater.
Indeed. That's why I'm holding my breath. You can't.
Yeah, you know.
Right.
You know, this is good. You might find this interesting. When I was in my early 20s, you know, I grew up watching Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, and I wanted to join the Navy for real. Mm-hmm. Because I watched this show, and I said to myself, I'm going to be an admiral, just like Admiral Dawson. I went to that Navy recruiting office, and I failed that test with flying colors.
No,
I took
didn't.
the 3-hour Navy test. I didn't even come.
You didn't?
Yeah, I did. I didn't come close to passing that. And the recruiter looked at me, goes, you know, Asaph, I think your heart's in the right place.
Right.
I think you better consider another
line of work. No way.
That actually happened. Yeah, I was so embarrassed.
At least you had the initiative to try it.
Well, that was because of watching this show.
Right.
You know, you're a kid and you see stuff like that. You think that's what you want to do.
Hey, I seen Bruce Lee on TV. I wanted to do that, but hey, that didn't work for me either.
Yeah, well, Bruce Lee trained all his life.
Oh, yeah.
That I can tell you.
And so, but yeah, I remember this show. Up with this show.
It was a fun show. So
and it was an escape. It was like they was going places and underwater, and who didn't want to at that time?
That's what I did.
Like
I took the Navy test for real. I think I was like 25 or 26 at that. I don't really remember, but I failed that test so bad. But see, as far as the piano, I've been doing it all of my life.
Right.
You know, since I was like
knee high to a grasshopper.
Yeah, so it comes easy for me, but the Navy test didn't come easy. No, that was hard. I thought the SAT test was hard when I was in high school. Gee, that Navy test made that SAT look like elementary school. Right. I mean, they got into trigonometry and they did, all kinds of stuff. You're going to be on a submarine for real, so you got to like really have your head screwed on tight.
In a closed area too. Some places is enclosed.
And those submarines for real. The things be going underwater. You got to know what you're doing. They don't have no director saying cut when you make a mistake.
None of that. Know your position. Know what you got to do.
That's it.
And it got to be done because we depended on you.
Yeah, I know, and probably a bunch of lives.
Lives depended on it. Lives depended on it. So.
But see, I wasn't thinking that. I was just thinking that television show, and you can see I'm
having fun.
They squeezed me on the helm of the view there.
You the captain.
At the screen,
Indeed.
So this is about as close to the Navy as I'm ever gonna get.
No, you did not.
That's right.
That's a start.
But you know what's cool though about this studio and this particular show, putting ourselves on the backdrop of TV shows, I can fulfill a dream.
Exactly.
See what I mean?
Exactly.
I'll never be in the Navy for real, but I can do this. And like all the other shows. Like when we put ourselves in the Batcave with Adam West, I was about as close to Adam West as I'm ever really gonna get. Or the Batcave kind of thing. But it's just fun.
Yeah, as long as you got a vision and you got like you're doing the backdrop and everything, you can take those segments and you can fulfill some of the things as you was growing up and
and that's why it's so memorable to me. All these TV shows, Lost in Space and all the rest of it. And I don't care how old you are. It's just fun.
Yeah.
Now, you can't compare Lost in Space to Law and Order, of course, or something like that. But it was just fun TV. Because the TV we have now is really intense.
Yeah.
And I have to admit, I like Law and Order.
I like Law and Order. Yeah, I'm a CIS man.
There you go.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm a CIS man. I love CIS and yeah.
There you go.
But when I was growing up, one of my favorite shows, because I love animals, was Lassie.
Oh, okay. You
Lassie, Rin Tin Tin.
Oh yeah, I'll play that for you.
Oh yeah, those are.
You'll recognize it. I'm sorry, let me dig it. Remember that?
Lassie.
Yeah. That was the theme song. Remember the whistler? That whistling part at the beginning? Lassie, when it was coming on? They say, Lassie!
Right.
And she'd be running, she'd jump over the fence, and you hear that whistle, that whistler. Do it again. I'm sorry, these keys. That was the theme. You remember it?
I've got to go back. I'm about to Google it.
Well, anyway, that was the thing.
Yeah.
That was the thing to it. Okay, Alan, let's talk. Let's have the TV out. Let's learn some things about you. Here's some fun things. Oh, don't worry, you'll be fine. So, do you have a favorite movie or favorite television show?
Favorite movie?
Yeah, you have a favorite movie?
Yeah. Favorite movie would be Avatar.
Okay, we're talking about a theater movie. Yeah. Okay, and what about television show? Do you have a particular favorite television show?
Oh my goodness, my favorite television show would have to be, as of to date.
Yeah, it doesn't mean past or present. It doesn't make any difference.
Oh my goodness.
Well, while you're
Dukes
talking
of
about
Hazzards.
Oh yeah.
I remember the Dukes of Hazzards.
Yes, I do. It had a theme song that went something like this. Something like that.
The $6 Million Man when I was growing up.
The Lee Majors.
Majors.
Let's see if I can. It was something like
The Fall Guy. I never spent much time in school, but yeah.
$6 Million Man.
Yeah.
The Fall Guy. Okay, I see where your taste.
I'm old school. I'm 48 now.
I hear you.
Yeah, I go way back. I go back before they even had color TV. I ain't lying.
I hear you.
They didn't have no remote control. My granddad used to tell me, "Hey, well, go over there and turn that TV." That was the remote control back then.
And the old rabbit ears, you had to hold it. Like, one person would have to hold it while the
put some
whole family sitting in front of the
right.
TV.
And you couldn't see
it.
it.
You couldn't see the TV. I remember that. I was
Yeah, we talking about way back.
Way back.
Yeah.
Lee Majors was a lot of fun to watch.
I mean, not just a $6 Million Man, but then he did the one where he was a Western.
Yeah, that was the Big Valley.
The Big Valley. Oh,
yeah, he was smooth.
Smooth in that.
Smooth.
Oh, wasn't he?
Lightning fast
yes,
too
indeed.
with that gun.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I love my Westerns too.
You got a favorite Western? I'd have to go with the Rifleman myself.
Oh, that's my boy.
As far as Westerns.
Yeah, that's my boy. That's my boy. But
Chuck Connor.
The Big Valley was one of mine.
See if I can remember how that goes. It was something like.
Yep, that's it.
Oh my God, I'll get it. Something like that.
That's it. That's something like that's it right there. No joke.
But that's the Big Valley, yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Now, I didn't care for all Westerns.
Yeah.
I have two moms, and so my birth mom, she was into Gunsmoke. She
I love
liked James
Gunsmoke.
Arnett.
Oh, you better believe it.
And Festus.
Yes, indeed. Festus was a boy.
I couldn't get into that character. No. But, he was a professional singer in real life.
Okay.
Festus. I mean, a really good one. You've got some videos of him singing when he's not being Festus and talking all like.
Right.
That man could sing, for real.
Yeah, I knew he had a history of doing something before that. I didn't know he was singing, though.
Was really singing the Western music and all that. He sounded really good. He sounded just like those other Western people, like, what's his name? The guy that did the song...
Not John Wayne.
To Go. No, not John Wayne. Jim Reeves.
I heard.
Remember Jim Reeves? Country singer?
That sounds familiar. I mean...
Well, Ken Curtis was his name in real life. Festus, he could really sing. we'll have to look it up, but I did a story on him about 2 years ago on that news program, and I found some footage of him singing. He was quite good.
You remember the guy, Mr. Roper? Not Mr. Roper, Mr. It was on Three's Company. The one guy that played, he also played on the Andy Griffith Show.
Okay.
Did you know that
Don
Knotts?
Yeah.
Did you actually? Now you see his character on there, just as lean and docile as in. But did you know he was actually a sergeant in the army, a drill sergeant?
I think I heard.
Can you see him telling somebody what to do in a voice like?
Well, but you gotta remember, we see these people as characters.
Right.
We associate them as characters. We don't realize that they're real people.
Exactly.
It's like Mr. Rogers. Remember Mr. Rogers?
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood?
Yeah, he was a Navy guy from what I understand.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
I think he was into martial arts for real, but don't quote me on that. But you wouldn't think of that when you see this man with that sweater. You are like Don Knotts, all bubbly, but those are just characters.
Those are characters, exactly.
That's it.
And they must have did a great job, because who can associate that Don Knotts with a drill sergeant? I'm like, what?
Yeah, he was probably a very good drill sergeant too.
Oh yeah.
So television is just television.
That's it. That's it. And that's why we're here today, to let people know, don't believe everything you see.
That's it. You can't do that. Not when it comes to television. Cannot believe what you see.
No.
And I'll tell you someone else that's very unlikely. Do you remember Seinfeld? The television show Seinfeld with Cherie?
He was actually in prison.
Well, the actor that played George.
Yeah, George with the balls. Yeah.
Yeah, he is a martial arts expert in real life too.
Okay.
He's a very skilled martial arts expert. So it's like you're saying, you can't
judge a book
by its cover, what you see on television. That's just television.
Yeah.
In television, that's what pretense anyway.
That's right.
They're just pretending to be something that they're not.
That's right.
They get paid very well, though. Okay, let's go back to you. Now, you're from Chicago, right? How long have you been in Montana now?
About 4.5, 5 months.
How do you like it here in Montana?
I love it. I love the mountains. I love the people is beautiful.
Yeah, I grew up in a big city too. I grew up in California. Grew up in Sacramento. I used to do a lot of performances in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I did Vegas stuff, and it's just such a busy, you know what I'm talking
people
about.
Wow,
here, big city.
Yeah.
About 21 years ago, I just said, I'm out of here. I just picked Montana. I wanted to start over at the time and get away from driving 5 miles an hour on a 5-lane highway every day and taking 2 hours to get home.
Exactly.
I got tired of the crime in the big city, and I'm not picking on folks because I have a lot of friends in those inner cities and stuff, but it just wears you out after a while. It really does. And I wanted to just go hide.
That's it. Scream. Run.
But the only thing is, ever since I moved to Montana, I don't perform as much as I did when I was in a big city, as far as playing the piano or whatever, bands, because it's a smaller city. Yeah. But I don't care. I like my solitude.
Indeed.
I just love it here. It's just quiet here.
That's the word, solitude.
And I got family in New York. I love. They be like, you're just too white. I'm like, shut up.
Yeah. I called home one day, and my sister, I say, hello, may I speak to Barbara Allen? She said, yeah, this is Barbara Allen speaking. I say, this is your brother Anthony. She said, no, that's not my brother Anthony. He don't talk like that.
I know.
I'm like, what do you want me to talk like?
Yeah, I mean, who's to say an African American person is supposed to talk a certain way?
What, you want me to be like thugged out or something? Come on.
Yeah, when I was in New York, I used to get, where are you from?
Right.
You're not from here.
Right.
But I was accepted because I was the cousin of the guys in the hood.
Right.
So nobody was going to bother
me.
But still,
Yeah. So yeah,
there's
she
more
actually
life than that for African American people, as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
And I know they look at me like I'm a snob, or no, I'm not. I just, there's more to life.
Yes,
I got a cousin in New York, and when he was 16 years old, he thought the whole world was like in that neighborhood in Queens where he was from.
Come on now.
Seriously, I said, cousin, I love you, but the whole world is not like what you're used to. You only think that because you grew up here. I said, if you leave this area and you go, say, to Idaho,
you'll see that it's different.
And he thought I was crazy, right? But he got in the military a couple of years later. They sent him everywhere.
Yeah, they love him.
When he came back, he's like, Asaph, you're right.
Yeah.
I said, of course I'm right. I grew up in a military family too, and got exposed to all of that. He was thinking the whole world is like.
No, just that one area. Yeah, you got to get out.
Yeah, you got to get out.
You got to venture. You got. It's just.
Yeah.
You got people. You got Native Americans. You got all kinds of. You got Jews. You got
of course.
people of all cultures.
Yeah, they're not sitting up there hip hopping and stuff. And I don't have nothing against that music, but the point I'm making is that there's more to life than just that.
Exactly.
Or being told, oh, you just want to be like the white man.
Right.
That's ridiculous. Who makes those rules? You know what I'm saying?
People who just want to be stuck in the same thing all day. They don't want you to change. Some people don't want you to be better.
I know.
Some people just want you to be.
And so I'm not being critical when I'm saying that. I'm just being for real.
Yeah.
In the African American community, they got this mentality that says if you don't act a certain way, you're not black.
Right.
It's ridiculous. It's like, come on.
It don't make no sense.
If I had listened to that nonsense, I wouldn't have had to live the life that I got to live. So I just want to encourage you.
Yeah.
You got a dream, do it.
Exactly.
Follow it.
Exactly.
Because the same people that'll be attacking you, they're not going to come up to you when you make it say, "Oh, we were wrong," or whatever. They'll probably say some ridiculous thing on what kind of drugs did you sell?
Right. How do you do this?
How do you do this?
Yeah.
I did it because of practice, you know? Well, good Lord, first of all, I gave him all the credit, but I had practiced my buns off. I mean, people don't realize how many hours and hours and hours I put in on this piano. Oh. Let me play another classical piece for you here.
All right.
This is called the Prelude in E minor by Chopin. And it sounds like something out of a movie. You'll probably recognize it. You ever heard this song? You recognize it?
Oh, yes.
This is called the Prelude in E minor. It's a beautiful song. 20 minutes have already gone by in this taping.
Is that right?
Yeah. See how it goes by very quick?
Yeah.
Isn't that pretty?
That is. Oh, yeah. That sounds familiar.
Yeah. I'll play for you. And here's the conclusion. I'll do some classical music for you in a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that pretty?
Beautiful.
So see, I can do like a Chopin and then turn around and do some Stevie Wonder, see? But where I'm going with this is just follow your dream, follow your heart. Don't get into that mentality of everything is white and everything is not black and so on. There'd be no Misty Copeland if she had listened to that. Do you know who she is? She's the first African American ballerina to make principal ballerina, big time.
Okay.
Swan, I think it was the Nutcracker or Swan Lake, one of those.
Okay.
First African American, really young one, pretty little thing too. And she's doing the lead.
Right.
The lead on.
Right.
On the Broadway kind of
I think it was
ballet.
Yeah.
Or if Michael Jackson had listened to that nonsense, the world wouldn't have got that beautiful music that man put out. Stuff like that. So that's why I'm just throwing this at you.
Yeah.
I don't know what your goals are yet, but whatever. You don't want to get locked into that mentality is what I'm saying. So just something to throw at you there.
Yeah.
Let's get back to you. Do you have any family here in Montana?
I have no family here in Montana.
Are they all in Chicago?
Chicago. My daughter's in Texas. I got twins.
Okay.
Yeah, she's
You got
in
twins?
Texas. Oh yeah, they
Excellent.
28 now.
All right. Well, why don't you look in that camera and say hi to your family?
I got Gabrielle, Kendall, Denzel, Devin. My grandchildren, Amor, Arcadian, my sisters and brothers. Y'all know who y'all are.
Yeah, here he is on Asaph Cafe on television.
Who would have thought, right?
Yeah, who would have thought? Yeah, a lot of people watch this show. I just want to warn you. So if you start getting recognized here in a couple of weeks, you'll That might be an indication.
Hey man, let's do it. Come on.
I've had people on this show, and they say they'll go on a bus stop, and somebody will pull right up and say, "Hey, I saw you on the cafe."
Come on.
So you never know.
So let me get a little closer so you can see me for real.
Yeah. So anyway, your family will be able to see you on Asaph Cafe here. And the premise of this show for the television audience, I invite a guest every week. They just talk to me about whatever they want to talk about while I play all that Sinatra dinner music.
Amen.
So let's have some more fun with Chopin here.
Right.
I won't do the whole thing because it'll take too long. This is called the Nocturne. Nocturne means night song.
Exactly.
Nocturne in
Nocturnal.
You'll probably recognize it. Recognize it?
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Isn't that pretty?
Indeed. I'm loving it.
Yeah, I'll do it for you there. I'll stop right
Yes.
there.
Ooh, just a tease. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
this is a teaser.
That's the one. That's the one.
That's probably the most
Oh
familiar
my
one.
goodness.
That was the one that Liberace played a lot on television.
I was just about to get up. Thought I was at the club for a minute.
And then here's another song you'll probably recognize. This is called the Prelude in C by Johann Sebastian Bach.
Mm.
You recognize it?
Oh yeah.
It's a beautiful song.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I missed a note there somewhere.
I can't tell.
I'm gonna stop on that note, but that just gives you an idea.
Ooh-wee.
See? Yeah, that's
You're a
the
bad
Prelude.
man.
That's
You're
the
a bad
Prelude.
man. Yes,
And,
indeed.
but see, my point is, all the classical songs, they're beautiful works,
Mhm.
but they're not in big demand. You go on a cruise ship, they want to hear Moon River, they want to hear Sinatra, they want to hear Elton John. So that's fine. So if you're a piano player, you just get it all.
Indeed.
Do it all.
Indeed.
Let me see if I can think of some more songs in the. Oh, you remember Reunited by Peaches and Herb?
Reunited.
Yeah, I'll play my version of it.
Oh yeah. Don't stop. Ah.
I'm gonna finish this one. I wouldn't
Yeah,
go
you
stop
good,
on
right?
that one.
You
I wouldn't
good,
go stop.
right?
I'm gonna get that one all the way through. But that's just pretty cool. Now, are you planning on staying here in Montana?
Oh yeah.
Good. You get yourself situated.
Get myself situated, get a job. I love working with animals. Love working with animals. So, but anything I can find right now.
Yeah, just for
you know,
starters.
Yeah.
Maybe you can. I don't know. Are you familiar with the Section 8 programs that they have?
I'm already involved.
Yeah, you can
in
apply
that.
for those too. That might help you getting started here because they say you have to wait like 2-3 years, but that's
Yeah, that's the
not
way.
really the case.
They say
Anyway,
a year to 3.
I didn't even live in Missoula when I applied for it at the time,
Mhm.
and I didn't think I was going to get it being a pianist. But they said it has nothing to do with what you do.
Mhm.
6 months later, they said, "Asaph, come to Missoula. We want you to
What?
look for a place." I didn't even live here. I did not live in
Right.
Missoula, and I signed up for the Section 8 housing thing here in Missoula, even though I wasn't even here.
Mhm.
6 months later, they called me long distance, said, "Come on out here."
Is that right?
That's right, and they gave me something like 2 or 3 weeks to find a
A place, yeah.
And I happened to have some friends that lived in Missoula. I crashed on their couch. I got up that next morning. I hit that pavement.
Yes, indeed.
And about a week later, I landed a place.
Mm-hmm.
So
it can be done.
It can be done.
Yes, indeed.
And I didn't know this city that well. I just had a little info how to get to a certain place. And I hit that pavement.
That's
and
right.
I was looking and landed it. But that was like 10 years ago or so when I first moved here. So
okay, well,
I've been here 10 years now. I'm kind of used to Missoula now, but at the time I didn't know this city from that.
right. Kind of like me. I'm a little lost.
Yeah, you know how I found out about Montana.
You got lost.
Nobody ever
got
even. I mean, if somebody had said to me, "Someday, Asaph, you're going to be in Missoula, not Missoula, but just the state of Montana," I'm like, "What are you smoking?" I said, that was my mentality then. And you know how I picked Montana? I was watching a television show, a western called Laramie.
Oh yeah.
You remember that?
You better believe it.
With that dude from Wyoming, that lightning fast gunfighter?
Yes, indeed.
I happened to be watching that one day, and I was like,
No, you did.
I'm gonna.
No, you did.
I did. I'm gonna move. First, I said I was gonna go to Wyoming.
Right. Oh, I want to go there too.
Because that's where that show was based.
Mm-hmm.
I was in California because I was getting fed up with California.
Yeah.
Now I happened to be watching Laramie, and I said I'm going there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going west.
Mm-hmm.
I started preparing for it, and at the last minute, instead of picking Wyoming, I chose Montana.
Right.
And so what I did, I went to New York first. And I stayed with my auntie so that I could prepare, and I signed up for a school that they had in Montana. I knew I was going to get accepted, and that's how I got started. I just signed up for that school so I have a place to live.
Right.
I got up, went to classes, and then I started doing my music and I started spreading.
Exactly.
That was 21 years ago at the time, so it took a while. And then 12 years later, I moved from there here to Missoula.
Okay.
But that's how I got started. And I was not on Section 8 at that time, you know, because I was in school, and because I really just wanted to start over. I didn't want to like just go to some place
and just be there
unplanned and then end up trapped or homeless, or I had to have a plan. In my case, I just signed up for college and it worked.
Indeed.
And I had to really.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad
that
you did.
pavement.
Because we would not have Asaph Cafe.
No, I would not.
So I'm thankful. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So I hope that'll encourage you. Yeah, just try that Section 8. Just
yeah.
go and sign up. And I don't think you'll have to wait necessarily 2 or 3 years. I don't know.
No.
But you got to remember, this was 21 years ago,
Right.
or 10 years ago in my case, as far as when
The
they
housing,
wanted me,
yeah.
the housing part. Because when I first came here, I was not on any housing or anything like that. Just doing it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
Makes your life a lot easier.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Really does.
I bet you it do.
You know, people be like criticizing that. I think that's stupid to do that. I think people that criticize it are people who have not walked those shoes.
Come on now. Indeed.
They haven't walked them shoes.
They don't know
haven't.
that- they don't know that life.
They just don't know. I mean, I have a friend that he's gone now. He passed away. He was a fireman, and he and his wife made their lives easier. They were raising I think she was like 6 or 7 at the time, and he was a part-time firefighter.
Right.
So they can't tell me that that's a bad thing.
They
A
help us.
firefighter can get on there.
Yeah. They help us
Easy,
there
buddy.
for whoever needs it.
That's it. That's it.
And don't be too shy to do it. You know what I mean? If it's there, do it. You know?
And you know, I look at it like this: if people are going to criticize that, then they're probably not your friends in the first place.
Right.
Just shake it off. Don't take it personal. Just go and do what you got to do anyway, because they're not going to be,
No.
you know, bailing you out.
Exactly.
Just do it. So I got my share of heat being on that. And you know what? I'm on TV. They're not.
Right. Look at me now.
Yeah. So, and I don't mean that in an arrogant sense. It's just, you know, take it.
Indeed.
Just take it.
Yes, sir.
And you gonna like it here in Missoula. This is a fun
I'm loving
place
it
to live.
already.
I have a cousin in California who wants to get out, and she's gonna move to Washington, which is not too far. The part of Washington that she wants to move to, Washington State.
Okay.
So it'll only take her maybe 2 or 3 hours to get to Missoula, because we're on the west side of the state. She's, you know, that skinny part of Idaho. She's gonna be like around that area there. So that's like a half-hour drive. That part.
Okay.
So I've been talking to her. She's coming out here.
All right.
Her name is Delinda.
Oh,
Linda.
Good.
She's one of my favorite cousins.
Okay.
It's just a real sweetie too.
Right.
Hello, Delinda.
Hey.
I'll just send that to her and tell her she got mentioned on TV.
Indeed.
They won't know it's her because I don't mention last names on here.
Right,
but
right.
except for the guests that, you know,
Yeah.
the television audience could know about you and that sort of thing.
Indeed.
So, now you're not married now, are you?
No.
Are you married now? You just have your family as far as your children and all of that, and you have your grandchildren too.
Yes,
right?
indeed.
Good for you.
Amor and Arcan.
There you go. Hey,
baby.
grandfather's on TV.
Yes, indeed.
And then I'll make you 2 copies of this. You can
Okay.
one to keep for you, and one if you want to send to your family.
Amen.
Back
All right.
east there. They say,
Okay.
"Oh yeah, grandfather's on TV."
Yes, sir.
Because technically, this show is seen all around the world, and what I mean by that is, it's not seen as far as NBC. You know, like when you see Law and Order.
Right.
But when I say around the world, because it's also posted on the computer too.
Amen.
And I've had family members like in New York that have seen the cafe. I've had friends that live overseas that have seen this show too. So it's in a smaller setting, but technically it's still seen all around the world. Technically,
Right.
but in a smaller sense, if that makes any sense. So
Well, I hope you invite me back again.
you can be on this show anytime
All right,
you want.
all right.
I'm giving you an official invite.
All right, you hear this, right? I'm in. I'm in.
So, and see those 2 brick walls right there? You won't see it on camera here, but right there.
Okay.
I started this show with just those 2 brick walls.
Okay.
We set it up right there. I put this little table right in the middle.
Okay.
And I had the piano on one side and the guest on there. And that's how we started this cafe.
Okay.
And that was 3 years ago. Now we're
Okay.
up to the green screen.
There we go.
So yeah, we just worked our way up there because I didn't know what I was doing, man.
You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, when I first did this show, I was thinking, oh man, no one is gonna be watching this kind of a show where you just chit chat.
Yeah.
You know, because I think the reason this show works is because we're not in your face. We're
Right.
not trying to school someone or educate.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That stuff that you get so much on regular television. So praise God.
Let's just have.
And it worked. I
Indeed.
mean, within 6 months, people started watching this when we just had those 2 brick walls, and then all of a sudden it started expanding. There's a 3rd one right there. We had 3 brick walls,
Okay.
and then people started asking me could they be on back then, and it just grew. It grew to what it is now on the green screen technology. See.
There we go.
So, and this is fun. And how this came about, this green screen, we've only been doing this green screen less than a year as far as television shows, because Chuck Barris, the host of the Gong Show,
Right.
when he passed away for real, I did a tribute to him. And we actually put ourselves on a Gong Show. And I was just thinking this is going to be a one-time thing, just that's it. And it worked.
It was a tribute.
Yeah,
People
we did a
respect
tribute to
that.
him. We were
People
on the Gong
respect that.
Show. All of a sudden, hey,
Yeah.
we got to keep doing this, and it
Indeed.
just started growing.
Yeah.
Started growing. So you and I are underwater on Voice at the
Oh,
bottom.
yeah. I'm
of the
still
sea.
holding my breath. I'm waiting to come up with some air.
So your family's gonna see you on Voice at the bottom of the sea with the sea view and the flag sub. This is just such a fun show. So anytime you're gonna be on,
Thank you.
just be here between 11 and noon.
All right.
And sometimes I have a co-host that the guy I showed you on there. He's gone now.
Okay.
So and it's more fun when he's on there because he gets to doing that surrealism joke. And it's just off the wall wacky stuff.
Right.
Jokes about washing machines and,
Okay.
and just fun stuff where these little jokes. And I remember one time he brought this book of surreal. His name is Emmett. He brought these surreal jokes, and it took everything in me to just keep from laughing while I was playing because they were so funny, just off the wall screwball jokes, and it was funny. So, we'll have some fun. Sometimes we'll have singers on.
Okay.
I've had singers on. We've had animals on this show. Just all that kind of stuff. But you and I are doing a one-on-one right now since I just got to meet you. But in the future, when you go here, we'll have more people, and we've had high school students on.
Yeah.
Joel, the general manager, on here.
Met Joel. Yes, indeed.
And I think this will be a good experience for you as far as your MCAT experience here. This is the MCAT Studio here, and this is where they do a lot of tapings, not only Asaph Cafe, but more serious shows and things like that. And so you'll be able to get involved in that and have fun, and maybe you can host this show one day, and I'll sit there and just turn the automatic music on there, and that's it. Because I've had one other person host this show. Her name was Patty, and it was so fun. We just put the electronic music on. I sat there, she sat here, and she hosted the show. It was fun. Emmett's going to be hosting it pretty soon too. So,
All right.
You know, there's room out there.
Indeed.
That's how I look at it.
That's
There's
it.
always
That's it. Let's
room,
grow. Let's
you
grow
know,
together. Yeah. Let's grow together. That's it.
So this is fun. We got about 5 minutes left. See how fast this went?
Indeed. Indeed.
You have any favorite foods or anything?
Chicken.
There you
Fried
go.
chicken.
Fried chicken, huh?
Better believe that. Barnyard pimp, they call it in Chicago. It's barnyard pimp.
There you go. And I'm sure if they see that, they're going to appreciate that
Yes,
there.
indeed.
But this show is just such a delight in my life. This show is one of the neatest things in my lifetime that's ever happened to me.
It's wholesome.
Yeah, and that's why it works.
Yes, indeed.
And I just wanted to keep it that way. And you've got to meet my co-host. I did a remake of the Lawrence Welk show, and she's an African-American ballerina, professional ballet teacher. I'll bring her on again sometime and have you meet her.
All right.
Her name is Louise, and she's just such a delight.
All right, Louise.
You'll really like this lady. She helped me write the script to that new Lawrence Welk show that we did, and it was just fun. And it got picked up by PBS for real.
All right.
So if I get the funding, we'll get to do that every week. And the real Lawrence Welk Network contacted me. They have the DVD of that show that I created, and they're going to try to help me launch it off. But I need about $100,000 or $200,000 to pull it off, so I have to put that show on the back burner. Whereas with the cafe, this is just a little local thing here, and I'm not trying to launch it off worldwide like that new Lawrence Welk show. So we'll see what happens.
Indeed.
But I am so glad you were a part of this here. This is just so fun. So now you got your MCAT experience, and of course you'll be producing your own shows in the future, won't you?
Amen. Amen.
You'll be doing. You're a musician, aren't you?
I do gospel rap. I do just clean music.
That's what I'm talking
Clean
about.
music, yeah. So
You know who else does clean music? Are you familiar with Chris Chicago?
no.
He's a radio host, and he interviews Christian rappers like Lecrae.
Yeah, I love Lecrae. I love Lecrae. I hope you get to hear me one day.
Well, can you just do something off the cuff before we sign off? Any kind of Christian rap or song or anything? Just off the spur of the moment. Can you think of anything you'd like to do?
I can't think of anything that I would like to do.
Well,
But I tell you,
how about a gospel song? Do you know any gospel songs or whatever that you know?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Well, we'll be doing some more cafes here.
Yeah, because it'd be like, welcome to Asaph Cafe.
Yeah.
I'm the host. No, I'm not the host. I'm the person that can be host. So sit back and relax and let me give you a dose of next time when you see me, because you can't get close. But if you do, baby, take a picture and get up closer. Let me tell you how it's going to be the next time you see me. It ain't going to be that always me. It's going to probably be a couple of people around in the area you see. I know it's just like that when you see me, but I'm just messing around.
I know. Well, that's good impromptu.
Yeah.
But see, the thing that's fun about this show is it's so impromptu. I've had people spur of the moment just do things. So
Yeah.
this gives you an idea here. And this is just a testing feeler for you on this episode. You'll really get into it the next
Oh, you better
time.
believe it. I ain't gonna be nervous. But if they want to hear me, they go to Old Man With It.
There you go.
Old Man With It YouTube. No space in Old Man With It once.
How do you spell that? Go ahead and spell it.
OLDMANWITIT.
WITIT?
ITIT.
Is that .com?
Just Old Man With It YouTube. That's
Oh,
it.
okay. There you go. See?
And then you can see me and I won't be nervous.
Boy, I think you did fine. And so, see, people that happen to watch this when it goes on later on the computer and stuff, you never know. You may get a call one day. Who knows? I don't know.
Hey,
You never know.
I want to be sitting in that seat one day.
Well, we can try to make that happen sometime. But no, seriously, I mean, the door's open.
Amen.
It's wide open.
Yes, it
So
is.
the next time, I think you'll be more, now you got a
I'll be
feel for
loose,
this.
yeah.
Yeah. But I think you did fine, though. And of course, your family, they're going to get to
Yeah.
see you and
Yeah.
so on. Yeah, grandfather's going to be on television.
Well, thank you.
And people in Chicago will see this show, I assure you.
Indeed.
They will see it. You got any final words before we sign off here?
Just stay strong, tune in, and thank you.
Yeah, thanks for being a guest. This is Asaph Cafe. I'm your host, Asaph Adonai, and our special guest, Mr. Anthony Allen, who's acknowledged his family in Chicago. And we're on the set of, I'm getting brain dead here, Voyage at the Bottom of the Sea. So, and we'll have other sets that we'll have you on.
Amen.
So thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, until our next show, Maranatha. just sit there, make yourself at home till I shut everything down.
All right.